The Epstein list, full list of names revealed in unsealed court records so far. Prince Andrew, David Copperfield, and Bill Clinton are among the names included in court documents published. Alex Ross, I.O. Dodds. 47 minutes ago. Prince Andrew and Bill Clinton are among the more than 100 people named in newly published legal documents linked to the pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. The disclosure of the first batch of court files include the names of victims, friends and associates of the sex offender and Ghislaine Maxwell, although many others will have no direct link to Epstein. The millionaire financier, who socialized with royalty and celebrities, was accused of running a large network of underage girls for sex. While awaiting trial, he killed himself in his jail cell in 2019. The legal documents relate to a defamation lawsuit brought against Maxwell in 2015 and were published under a judge's order on Wednesday. A second tranche of documents released on Thursday evening did not shed much new light on the case, and included many of the names previously made public. Further documents unsealed on Friday are currently being reviewed by The Independent. Being named in these documents does not indicate any wrongdoing related to Epstein or anyone else. The list includes many of Epstein's accusers and alleged victims, as well as people with only tangential connections to Epstein who were pulled into the lawsuit against Maxwell. Prince Andrew appears prominently, with the documents mentioning a previously reported accusation that he groped Johanna Sjoberg, which he denies. Former U.S. Presidents Bill Clinton and Donald Trump are also named, with neither accused of wrongdoing. Judges, court staff, and legal representatives are not included. Jeffrey Epstein took his own life in 2019. Getty Images. Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's former girlfriend, convicted in 2021 of sex trafficking in connection to Epstein's activities. Andrew Albert Christian Edwards, Prince Andrew, second son of Queen Elizabeth II of Great Britain. Bill Clinton, former U.S. President. Donald Trump, businessman and former U.S. President. Hillary Clinton, former First Lady to Bill Clinton, U.S. Secretary of State under Barack Obama, and U.S. presidential candidate. David Copperfield, American stage magician. John Connolly, New York police detective turned investigative journalist who investigated Epstein. Alan Dershowitz, prolific lawyer and pundit who represented Epstein in 2006. Leonardo DiCaprio, actor and film producer famous for his roles in Titanic and Inception. Al Gore, former U.S. vice president under Bill Clinton. Stephen Hawking, British physicist and science author. Ehud Barak, former Israeli prime minister. Michael Jackson, famed musician known as the King of Pop. Marvin Minksy, artificial intelligence pioneer. Kevin Spacey, actor known for his roles in Say 7 and in House of Cards, found not guilty of sexual assault in 2023. George Lucas, American film director and creator of the Star Wars saga. Jean-Luc Brunel, French model agency boss and alleged Epstein co-conspirator who died in an apparent suicide while awaiting trial. Cate Blanchett, Australian actor who starred in The Lord of the Rings and Tar. Naomi Campbell, British model. Sharon Churcher, British journalist. Bruce Willis, actor famous for his roles in Die Hard and The Sixth Sense. Bill Richardson, former governor of New Mexico. Cameron Diaz, actor who starred in Shrek and There's Something About Mary. Glenn Dubin, an American hedge fund manager who was allegedly friends with Epstein. Eva Anderson Dubin, former Miss Sweden and wife of Glenn Dubin, who once dated Epstein. Noam Chomsky, linguist and political philosopher. Tom Pritzker, American tycoon and philanthropist. Chris Tucker, American comedian and actor known for his role in the Rush Hour films. Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York, former wife of Prince Andrew. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., American politician and conspiracy theorist. James Michael Ostrich. Juan and Maria Alessi, husband and wife working at Epstein's home in Florida. Janusz Banasiak, served as Epstein's Palm Beach house manager. Bella Klein or Klen, documents differ, a former accountant in Epstein's New York office. Leslie Groff, documents differ, Epstein's former secretary, who was named as a co-conspirator in his 2008 plea deal but reportedly will not be charged. Victoria Bean. Rebecca Boylan. Dana Burns. Ron Eppinger, sex trafficker. Daniel Estes. Annie Farmer, accused Epstein of sexual assault. Maria Farmer, Annie Farmer's sister, who also accused Epstein of sexual assault. Anuska DeGiorgio, a model who accused Epstein of rape. Louis Freeh, former director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI. Frederick Fekkai, celebrity hairstylist. Alexandra Fekkai, son of celebrity hairstylist. Jojo Fontanella, Epstein's butler. Virginia Giuffre, formerly known as Virginia Roberts, accused Prince Andrew of sexual assault. Lynn Miller, mother of Virginia Giuffre. Crystal Figueroa, sister of Anthony Figueroa, who dated Virginia Giuffre in the early 2000s. Anthony Figueroa, Virginia Roberts' former boyfriend. Eric Gainey. Meg Garvin, represented Virginia Giuffre. Sheridan Gibson Butte. Ross Gow, Maxwell's press agent. Fred Graff. Robert Giuffre. Philip Goodryan. Alexandra Hall. Joanna Harrison. Shannon Harrison. Victoria Hazel. Brittany Henderson. Brett Jaffe. Forrest Jones. Sarah Kellen, Epstein's former assistant, named as an unindicted co-conspirator in his 2008 plea deal. Adriana Ross, Epstein's former assistant, named as an unindicted co-conspirator in his 2008 plea deal. Carol Kess. Dr. Stephen Olson. Stephen Kaufman. Wendy Lee, author. Peter Listerman. Tom Lyons. Nadia Marcinkova, alleged friend of Epstein's, named as an unindicted co-conspirator in his 2008 plea deal. Bob Meister. Janie Melanson. Donald Morell. David Mullen. David Knorr. Joe Pagano. May Paluga. Stanley Pottinger. Detective Joe Ricari, former Palm Beach police officer who investigated reports of sexual abuse against children by Epstein. Chief Michael Ryder, responsible for investigation of sexual abuse against children by Epstein. Rinaldo and Deborah Rizzo, husband and wife who worked for Epstein's alleged friend Glenn Dubin. Sky Roberts. Kimberly Roberts. Lynn Roberts. Haley Robson, named as a teen recruiter for Epstein in police documents. Dave Rogers, private jet pilot for Epstein. Alfredo Rodriguez, butler at Epstein's Florida home. Scott Rothinson. Forrest Sawyer. Doe Scuttle, investigator. Johanna Schoberg, claimed she was sexually abused while underage by Epstein. Also claimed Prince Andrew touched her breast. Cecilia Stein. Marianne Strong. Mark Tafoya. Emmy Taylor, Maxwell's ex-personal assistant. Brent Tyndall. Kevin Thompson. Ed Tuttle. Les Wexner, founder of L Brands and a former business partner of Epstein. Abigail Wexner, wife of Lex Wexner. Crescenda Valdez. Emma Vagan. Anthony Valladares. Christina Venero, licensed massage therapist. Maritza Vasquez. Vicky Ward, investigative journalist and author who claims she was blocked from covering Epstein's misdeeds while working at Vanity Fair. Jared Weisfield. Sharon White. Courtney Wild. Daniel Wilson. Mark Seff, New York decorator. Alfredo Rodriguez, Epstein's former household manager, jailed in 2012 for hiding and trying to sell Epstein's Black Book. Dr. Chris Donahue, physician who treated Virginia Giuffre, included on a list of all her previous medical providers requested by Maxwell's defense team. Dr. Wawa, physician who treated Virginia Giuffre. Judith Lightfoot, psychologist who treated Virginia Giuffre. Dr. Karen Kyudikoff, physician who treated Virginia Giuffre. Dr. Carol Hayek, psychiatrist who treated Virginia Giuffre. Dr. John Harris, physician who treated Virginia Giuffre. Dr. Darshini Majalayana, physician who treated Virginia Giuffre. Dr. John Harris, physician who treated Virginia Giuffre. Dr. Mona Devancian, physician who treated Virginia Giuffre. Dr. Scott Robert Geiger, physician who treated Virginia Giuffre. Dr. Michelle Streeter, physician who treated Virginia Giuffre. Donna Oliver, physician assistant who treated Virginia Giuffre. This story is still developing and will be updated regularly as The Independent learns more. More about Prince Andrew names Jeffrey Epstein Bill Clinton friends. Most pop